Scientific study of Vedas, creation of universe, starting from BRAHMAM, class 64. Today we are going through the story of Shiva and Parvathy and their son Karthikeya. We have already seen that all substances can be divided into ionic compounds and covalent compounds. Ionic compounds are due to the transfer of electron from one atom to another. In such atoms, the electrons are maybe far away from the nucleus. So the force of attraction between nucleus and electron is less. So electron can easily escape and go and combine with another atom to form ionic compounds. So the orbit may be far away. So that is represented by a story related with Shiva and Sati. So Sati is the daughter of Daksha. Daksha means southern declination, north and south. If nucleus is north, south is on the far away other end. So it is far away. So that orbit, if the outermost orbit is far away from the nucleus, that is called the south, in the south direction, and south is Daksha. So that orbit is called Dakshan. So and the electron is Dakshan's daughter. So electron can easily go and combine with another atom. So ionic compounds are formed, that we have already seen. In this case, this outermost orbit is very near to the nucleus. So the force of attraction between this nucleus and electron, plus and minus, is very great, and the electron cannot easily escape. So this is separate. Such compound form will form covalent compounds, and those compounds are stable also, but it requires very high temperature and some other conditions are required to combine these such atoms. That story is related with the story of Shiva and Parvathy. Here, Parvathy is the daughter of Himavana. Himavana means a mountain. So if you take the photo of this mountain from top, that is top view as per modern drawing, engineering drawing, top view. If we take top view of a Himavan or mountain, this top point will represent as a dot in the figure, and around it there is a circle which is the boundary of the mountain. So the top view of a mountain is like, at the center there is a dot and a circle. That is the boundary of the. So this is part of the mountain also. So that is the outermost orbit. That means that outermost orbit is acting as a part of the atom. So it is very near. So it is called Himavana, and its daughter is this Parvathy, electron. So Himavana want to give Parvathy to Shiva, because this Parvati is the rebirth of that Sati. So Narada advised Himavana to send Parvati to Shiva. Shiva is another atom and its nucleus. This electron is to be joined with that atom so as to form a new product for what? To get 8 electrons in the outermost orbit. That is why it is combining. So, Himavan sent Parvati to Shiva as per the instruction of Narada in the story. Narada is the driving force which is trying to combine such atoms to form a new product. And that new product is stable and precious thing. All the living things are created by this such materials, covalent compounds, organic substances also. So in this story that is named as Karthikeya. So in this story at that time there was an asura called Tarakasura. Taraka means star. Because at that time all the things that created in this universe is like a star or planets or anything like that without life. But covalent compounds has a capacity to combine a number of atoms to form a long chain compounds, organic compounds. So such a compound is required to prevent the formation of all the things as inorganic chemistry materials. Chemistry can be divided into inorganic and organic. Organic are precious things which resulted in the formation of human beings, etc. If such a long chain compounds are not formed, that is possible only through covalent compound formation. So that is possible only if Shiva and Parvati get married to get such a precious human beings, especially man. We know man is the most advanced creation of this universe, and such things are possible only through covalent long chain compounds. And this human being or man is represented in this story in the form of a character named Kartikeya. So, based on the instruction of Narada, Himamana sent Parvati to Shiva, where he is living, and with the permission of Shiva, she spent her life for saving Shiva. It is only service. He is serving Shiva. But children will not form such a service. For this, love factor is required. There should be love between Shiva and Parvati. But that is not taking place. She is serving Shiva. What all things what all help he requires? She acts as a good servant, like a servant. But Shiva is in deep meditation. So a love is to be formed between them. That means combination of such covalent compounds are not easy. It requires very high temperature also. In addition to that, some other things are also required. As per the story, the love between these two is not taking place, and covalent compounds or Kartikeya is not forming. So, Devas decided to use some trick to create love between these two. There is Manmada, we have already seen. Manmada possesses an arrow, love of arrow. If he sends it, love will be created between these two. We have already seen that Manmada is the catalyst which is helping to combine such things. Catalysts are substances which helps to combine two input materials, chemical substances. They will not combine without the presence of this catalyst. But if we place it, it will not take part in the chemical reaction, but they will easily combine. That is Manmada. So he sends an arrow because it forces these atoms to combine. Because in the presence of this catalyst, a intermediate product is formed with this. So the force between nucleus and electron decreases. So electron can go to another atom. This is chemistry. There is some limitation to explain all this. But at the same time, if the viewers know chemistry, they can easily follow. So, Manmada sent an arrow of love. When Shiva and Parvati was serving Shiva, and when Shiva opened his eye, she saw Parvati. At the same time, this Manmada sent that arrow, so a love is formed between these two. At the same time, Shiva thought at one time, how this happened. He is in deep meditation. He looked around and saw Manmada, and with his third eye, he destroyed that Manmada and he became ashes. This shows a high temperature is required. Opening third eye means a very high temperature is forming to combine two atoms, covalent compounds. Sometimes a very high temperature is required. In addition to that, this love factor or a substance which is trying to combine these two inputs, that is called a catalyst. That also is present, and this catalyst loss is characteristic also as a catalyst for a small period of time. So actually love between these two, Shiva and Parvati, take place, and the substance also, this Manmada also become ashes, or a small change take place in the case of catalyst, in this catalyst. So thereafter there is the marriage that we can see in the next class. Why? Because this Deva sent this Manmada, because at that time there is an Asura called Tarakasura, that is star, Asura was star. because this asura is creating all the things, all the chemical substances that form due to the combination of these atoms are inorganic substances or ionic substances. These are not capable to produce human beings or living beings. So it is against the formation of covalent compounds which result in the formation of organic substances. So it is treated as asura. So asura is to be destroyed, then only these atoms will combine to form precious material which will result in the formation of organic substances and living things. Such things are called a Kartikeya. So Deva came to know that only Kartikeya can combine these two to form such a precious child. That is Kartikeya. So Devas, it is essential for the Devas to make love between Shiva and Parvati. That is why they sought the help of Manmada and he sent the arrow, and a love appeared between this Shiva or this atom and Parvati. In chemical reaction, two atoms will combine to form covalent compounds with the presence of a suitable substance which will act as a catalyst, and a very suitable high temperature also is required, that is represented by the energy come out from the third eye of Shiva, and a minor change will also take place in the case of this catalyst, but this catalyst will come out as in the original form at the end of this reaction that we can see in the next class.